제수씨
자켓만
호석씨
입으시고
다음으로 상탈. 남자다잉.
오늘도 멋진 만개 또.
안녕 지민아, 난 태영의 아내야. 예, 반갑습니다 제수씨.
The news spread like wildfire across social media the moment it hit. Fans all around the world woke up to the same headline: Jimin is back in Korea. And almost immediately, another question began flooding timelines. Does Jungkook have a new girlfriend? For ARMY, it felt like deja vu, another storm of rumors surrounding BTS's most talked about duo, Jimin and Jungkook. But this time, the air felt heavier and the whispers louder. Were these just baseless stories once again? Or was there something deeper hiding behind all the noise? Let's take a step back and breathe. Because if there's one thing history has taught ARMY, it's that the louder the rumors get, the more likely they are built on shadows, on half-truths and exaggerated speculation. And this time, we're gonna walk through it all carefully: the facts, the timing, the reactions, to truly understand what's happening between Jimin, Jungkook, and the so-called new girlfriend rumor that's trying to shake the fandom once again. When news broke that Jimin had returned to Korea, fans immediately began connecting dots. He was spotted at Incheon Airport, wearing a simple yet stylish black outfit, his head slightly bowed under a cap and mask, classic Jimin. The moment went viral, not just because fans missed him, but because of when he returned. His trip aligned with several whispers about Jungkook being seen out and about allegedly with a woman. Some people started piecing together a storyline that didn't exist. Jimin returning just as Jungkook was supposedly moving on. It was the perfect storm for rumor mills. But as with most things in the BTS universe, the truth is rarely what online gossip makes it out to be. Jungkook, since the start of his solo activities, has been under the microscope more than ever. Every public appearance, every gesture, even the people he interacts with professionally, have been twisted into potential love interests. A casual dinner with staff becomes a date. A friendly wave becomes flirting. And now, with Jimin back in Korea, fans are wondering if these narratives are attempts to distract from what's actually happening, that both of them are simply living their lives, following schedules, and preparing for the next chapter of BTS's return. To understand the deeper context, we have to look at what Jungkook has been doing recently. His solo career has been skyrocketing. From performing at global stages to collaborating with international artists, Jungkook has embraced his role as a global pop icon. Naturally, that kind of exposure brings attention, and unfortunately, attention brings rumors. It's not the first time he's been linked to someone. In fact, every few months, new headlines appear with a mystery girl narrative. Sometimes it's a makeup artist, sometimes a dancer, sometimes a fan caught in the wrong frame of a photo. This latest rumor came from blurry photos circulating online, showing someone who might look like Jungkook having dinner with a woman. The problem? There's no proof. The images are unclear, the setting ambiguous, and even the person's identity uncertain. Yet tabloids and gossip pages took it and ran wild, creating a dramatic story of love, betrayal, and heartbreak, something that could easily fuel clicks but hardly withstand scrutiny. Meanwhile, Jimin's return to Korea seemed to happen quietly, without any official announcement. He's known for his subtle comebacks, slipping into the country without much fanfare, often before big projects or group preparations. Some fans suspect he's been working on music or collaborations abroad, which would explain his recent absence. But when Jimin reappears, especially amid emotional turbulence in the fandom, it always feels like a comforting anchor. His presence alone tends to calm chaos, though this time it might have also unintentionally intensified speculation. The connection between Jimin's return and Jungkook's dating rumor might not be coincidental, not because there's truth to the gossip, but because of the timing. The media knows Jimin and Jungkook are constantly intertwined in fan discussions. They share a deep bond that has fascinated ARMY for years: the way they look at each other, the unspoken understanding, the emotional support they've shown in both public and private moments. Whenever one of them appears in the news, the other's name follows soon after. That dynamic fuels engagement, and unfortunately, it also fuels manipulation.
건조해 보인다고. 잠시만요.
뭐 하시는데? 왜요?
Still, many armies see through it. They've watched Jimin and Jungkook grow from young trainees into global superstars, and they know how the media can twist anything for attention. Fans are quick to debunk the girlfriend rumors, pointing out inconsistencies in the photos and timeline. They've also noted how Jungkook himself has repeatedly addressed how tiring these constant assumptions are. He's said in interviews that he values his privacy and doesn't want fans to believe everything they see online. He's made it clear that when it comes to personal relationships, he prefers honesty, and if something were ever real, he wouldn't let fans hear it from rumors. Jimin, too, has always been protective of Jungkook. The way he talks about him in interviews, the fondness in his voice, the brotherly and at times, more than brotherly affection that has defined their bond, is something the world can't easily ignore. They've been through everything together: fame, burnout, success, and scandal. So when one of them becomes the target of false news, it's no surprise that fans look to the other for reassurance. Jimin's quiet return felt like that reassurance. But what makes the situation truly interesting is how the fandom itself reacts. While some fans get swept up in the drama, others take a step back and look at the bigger picture that these rumors seem to emerge precisely when BTS members are transitioning into something major. Could it be coincidence that every time a member returns, releases something, or reunites, the world suddenly sees a dating rumor pop up? It feels almost orchestrated, as if someone wants to shift the focus away from their work and back onto their personal lives. Behind the scenes, both Jimin and Jungkook are believed to be preparing for upcoming BTS activities, especially with the group's long-awaited reunion approaching. Their return to Korea is likely tied to that: meetings, rehearsals, and planning for what comes next. And if we look closely, the signs are there. Jimin's recent posts show him in studios, wearing comfortable clothes and holding that familiar calm smile. Jungkook's live streams, though less frequent lately, still show the same energy, the same warmth. There's no sign of emotional distance, no trace of heartbreak. The girlfriend story is exactly what it seems: a rumor, recycled, reshaped, and repackaged for clicks. And it's not even new. It mirrors the same patterns seen years ago, when any small coincidence could be inflated into a scandal. Fans today are wiser. They know how digital gossip operates. Screenshots can be manipulated, translations taken out of context, and speculation spun into entire narratives overnight. And yet, through it all, the emotional heartbeat of the fandom stays the same: that silent wish that Jimin and Jungkook are okay. Whether they're together as friends, brothers, or something deeper, fans simply want them happy. The connection they've built over the years, their late-night conversations, the way Jungkook always finds Jimin in a crowd, the soft looks exchanged during performances, those are things no rumor can erase. Jimin's return feels symbolic in many ways. It's like a reminder of stability, of grounding. When the world seems to swirl around with gossip and chaos, his quiet presence feels like home. And Jungkook, amidst the pressure of being one of the most watched artists on the planet, continues to handle it all with maturity and grace. Together, their energies balance each other: the calm and the fire, the softness and the strength. So, is Jungkook dating someone new? No credible evidence says so. Did Jimin come back because of it? Absolutely not. He's likely back because of BTS, because of work, because of life, not because of gossip. But the beauty of their story lies not in debunking every rumor, but in watching how they rise above them, over and over again. The real story here isn't about dating or jealousy, it's about resilience. About two people who've spent years growing under the blinding spotlight, yet somehow remain grounded, real, and emotionally connected. Every time the world tries to separate them with noise, they come back stronger, quieter, and more in sync. And perhaps that's what fans sense even without words. Jimin's return doesn't mark a separation, it marks a return to balance, to the familiar rhythm that has carried both of them through everything. In the end, rumors fade, headlines disappear, but what remains is the truth fans have seen all along. Jimin and Jungkook, through every storm, still find their way back to music, to their group, and maybe, just maybe, to each other. Because for those who've watched their journey from the very beginning, no gossip can rewrite what's already written in their hearts. Jimin is back, Jungkook stands strong, and the story of their bond continues unbroken, unshaken, and as real as ever. Jimin is back in Korea, Jungkook is focused on his music, and BTS continues to move toward the next chapter of their journey. Whatever the media says, one thing's for sure: they've never let the noise distract them, and neither should we. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep exploring the real stories behind the headlines, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from Jikook Diaries. See you in the next video, Army.